Okay, let's talk about it. The one tarot card that makes pretty much everyone's stomach do a little flip, the Death card. But you're going to want to stick around because we are about to uncover its true and honestly really empowering message.
I mean, let's be real. When this card flips over in a reading, your heart probably skips a beat, right? It's just an image that's loaded with so much baggage, and for most people, it's the one they immediately connect with a literal, physical ending.
But here is the big secret, the major plot twist. The true meaning of this card isn't really about an ending, it's about what comes after the ending. It's a huge signal for a deep, positive transformation. So yeah, let's bust this myth wide open.
So let's dive right in. To really get what this card is saying, we have to look past that spooky name and actually break down the classic imagery. You're about to see that every single piece of this picture is telling a much bigger story.
So, on the classic Rider-Waite card, you've got these main characters, right? A skeleton in full armor, riding a big white horse, he's carrying this really distinct flag, and in the background, the sun is actually rising, while people from every walk of life are on the ground. It looks super dramatic for sure, but what is it all really about?
And this is where the whole thing just flips on its head. That skeleton? It's not about death. It represents the invincible part of you that survives everything, the part that endures. The white horse is all about purity and power. The white rose on the flag symbolizes beauty and brand new beginnings. And get this, that's a rising sun, which means rebirth. And all the people, from the king down to the child, well, that just shows that this kind of powerful, purifying change is totally universal. It comes for every single one of us.
Okay, so now that we've kind of decoded the symbols, we can finally look at what this card is actually trying to do. It's not some omen of doom, it's really a herald of rebirth.
So at its absolute core, the Death card is just a sign that a major chapter in your life is closing, which is awesome because it makes way for a new one. Just think of it like a cosmic out with the old, in with the new. It's all about letting go of what doesn't serve you anymore so you can create space for something so much better. I love this analogy because it just hits the nail on the head. Trying to resist the change the Death card brings is like a snake trying to keep its old, tight skin that it's already outgrown, you know? It's just unnatural and it only holds you back. The card is basically cheering you on, saying, let it go, embrace the new you that's ready to come out.
So the way the card lands gives us this really powerful choice. When it shows up upright, it's a big call to action. Embrace the transformation, jump in. But when it's reversed, it's often pointing to a resistance, a fight against this totally necessary change. It's really the difference between flowing with the river or trying to swim against a powerful current.
All right, so let's get into the upright meaning. When you see death upright in a reading, it's a huge sign that an ending is here and, this is the important part, that this is a very, very good thing.
Upright. This card is telling you it is time to clear the decks. Seriously, put the past where it belongs and close that door for good. By letting go of those old habits or situations or beliefs, you're actively making room for fresh energy and all these new opportunities that are literally just waiting for you to notice them.
But, what happens when we fight it? What happens when we try to stop this natural cycle? Well, that is exactly where the reversed meaning comes into play, and it really highlights that struggle against what's inevitable.
When you see death reversed, it usually means you're right on the edge of a massive change, but you're digging your heels in, probably out of fear. You might be clinging to a relationship that's run its course, or a job, or just a way of thinking you've completely outgrown. The thing is, resisting doesn't stop the change, it just makes it way more painful. It leads to feeling stuck, totally stagnant, and caught in this loop of repeating the same old frustrating patterns over and over again.
So what does this actually look like in real life? Let's break down how this powerful message of transformation applies to the areas of your life that really matter.
I mean, just look at how practical this advice gets. In love, upright, it can mean a relationship is evolving into something amazing, or maybe ending so a much better one can come along. But reversed, it's clinging to something that's already over. In your career, it's that giant cosmic push to finally leave that soul-crushing job. Reversed, it's staying put because you're scared. Even with money, upright, a financial loss might teach you an invaluable lesson. Reversed, you're stuck in the same bad spending habits. See the pattern? Embrace the change and you grow. Resist it and you stay stuck.
So the Death card doesn't just point out the problem, it gives you a clear 3-step action plan. Step 1. Consciously let go of whatever is holding you back. Step 2. Honor what you're leaving behind. It is absolutely okay to mourn an ending, but you should also celebrate what it taught you. And finally, Step 3. turn your face towards that rising sun we saw on the card, and just welcome whatever's next with open arms.
So, in the end, the death card isn't some scary prediction to be afraid of. It's actually a question that you get to answer. It's this incredibly powerful invitation to step into the next, best version of yourself. So, I'll leave you with the card's real question. What old skin are you ready to shed?
Continue your tarot journey by liking, subscribing, and checking out our books. The link is in the description below. Until next time, goodbye.